What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you a, well, actually, I can't say another. I'm so used to saying bringing you another that I'm actually saying bringing you another when this is not actually another. Starting off with weirdness is always good. But yeah, so I'm actually bringing you a little bit something different. So this year, E3 is looking to be the hypest E3 in recent memory. We have more press conferences than I can remember us ever having. We're actually having 8 press conferences this year at E3. And so what I decided to do is I decided to start a bit earlier. Last year I started kind of late. I think I started like maybe a week or so before E3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the press conferences, all 8 of them, into 4 videos. So it's going to be 2 videos per piece, and I shall predict, or at least attempt to, what's going to happen at the press conferences. Yup, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so let's get into this. Alright, so first 2 press conferences we have our Bethesda and Microsoft. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with Bethesda. This is their first E3 conference. Usually Bethesda, like most third parties, they kind of tag along with other people's E3 conferences. This year, they decided to go in themselves and do it themselves. Basically do their own conference, which means that they probably have some pretty awesome stuff to show off if they, if they have enough to show, to have an entire conference themselves, which is pretty crazy, but yeah, so definitely what they're bringing Fallout 4. That's a given. I mean, people have been talking about the game for years. There have been teases, there have been fake leaks, there have been all types of stuff. The game is definitely in existence somewhere in the bowels of Bethesda development studio. Being created by a bunch of dudes that are locked down there. That's definitely coming to E3. Another thing that's more than likely that's pretty much confirmed to come to E3 is the next Doom game, since that there's a snippet of gameplay out there for that, announcing that it will be at E3 at Bethesda's press conference. Another game that'll probably be there is a game that's being made by I believe it's being made by Bethesda or one of their subsidiaries, and that's Battle Cry. Battle Cry is a pretty interesting looking game. I definitely want to check that one out. But then we get into the more speculatory territory. This one isn't much speculation, but this is definitely going to happen. We just don't know if it's going to happen at this conference. And that is an expansion to ESO. Now, this kind of has to happen. They have to have more than 3 games at this conference if it's going to be worthy of being a conference and not just popping up at somebody else's show. But yeah, they definitely need to have an expansion for ESO. The next one, definitely, this one is totally speculation here, and but it will be something awesome to make this conference just pop, and that is Prey 2. Now, we know that Prey 2 was in development. We don't know if it's still in development now, but Prey 2 is, we know that it was, and now it's pretty much in development hell. And them having that surprise at the end of the conference, the new trailer for Prey 2, that will be incredible. That will definitely warrant having a conference, because you need a surprise. Like a press conference with no surprise is pretty much a big commercial. Even though that's what press conferences are anyway. And there's a fly in here, but yeah, it needs a surprise. It needs something to make you go, man, that's going to be freaking crazy. Another thing they could definitely do, and I could definitely see them doing, since it seems like this generation is the generation of remakes and remasters. Skyrim. Now, back when, last generation, when we had, between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, there's Fallout New Vegas. So while, Bethesda themselves were supporting Skyrim with DLC and stuff, they had Obsidian make Fallout New Vegas to keep the Fallout fans happy, until, Fallout 4 can come out. Now, I think the same thing could happen with the Elder Scrolls. So, the Elder Scrolls, we're not going to get Elder Scrolls 6 for a while. You know, they could definitely have Obsidian or another one of their companies to make an Elder Scrolls game to tide us over, or they could remaster Skyrim for the new systems, you know, which would be awesome. Either one I would take. I mean, I would take a remastered Skyrim, you know, even though I don't know if they're going to release it on the PC or not, but I would totally take a remaster of Skyrim, or a brand new game altogether, like a brand new, like, you know, kind of in-between story that kind of like, you know, maybe a game that will finish Skyrim's story. Next one is the Microsoft conference. The Microsoft conference is going to be interesting because Microsoft has the most to prove right now. Right now, they're behind Sony, and they need to come out the box shooting. They know Sony, at the moment, they don't have any games released, any big releases stated for this year. So now is the time to come out shooting for Microsoft, and they're definitely going to do so. We're going to see. I would not be surprised if Halo Guardians didn't kick off the show. They didn't kick off the show with Halo Guardians. You know, have the trailer and maybe some explanation of the story, and maybe, you know, have gameplay. Next, you know, we'll definitely have Fable Legends. You know, they'll definitely be there. You know, whatever they're doing with Forza, you know, that probably will be there. Gears, the remake that I've been hearing about, Gears 1 remake, they'll definitely be there and get showcased, since technically it got leaked, and then Microsoft just put the ban hammer on several people's Xbox Ones for leaking said Gears of War content. So that's definitely going to be there. They'll probably get some gameplay of that on Xbox One. And of course, you know, Rise of the Tomb Raider will be there. You know, whatever Square Enix was thinking about when they decided to do that deal, but that will definitely be there. Maybe we'll get some more information on Scalebound. Now, Scalebound is a new IP coming from Platinum Games. Looks like it's going to be exclusive for Xbox One. Maybe it's a timed exclusive, but I'm thinking it's more like Sunset Overdrive, where it's just going to be exclusive forever. That should be interesting. Anything from Platinum Games at this point, you know, is interesting to me. After, you know, freaking, you know, Bayonetta 2 and Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, you know, and I mean, they just not Bethesda. You know, Platinum just makes awesome titles that just get underappreciated in the sales. But hopefully they can actually make a, you know, get a foothold on that Microsoft audience with something like this. There has been a new IP. There's definitely probably going to be a new IP coming out of Microsoft. A lot of people are thinking it's going to come from Rare, you know, that they're going to do something, which it'll make some waves, but it won't make too many waves, because you got to remember, more than likely it's going to be like a family-friendly, happy game. And the last game Rare did like that on Microsoft's system was Cameo. And Cameo was an awesome game. It just didn't go anywhere. Didn't move. Nope, did not move the needle. These type of games just don't really work on Microsoft's system. That's why there's so many damn first-person shooters over there. So next on that list, we'll definitely, speaking of first-person shooters, we'll have a bunch of third-party exclusive stuff coming out. You know, Activision will probably come out and show off Black Ops 3. You know, we'll get a gameplay demonstration and a trailer. I would not be surprised if this is where they finally announce GTA Story DLC, which will come first to Xbox One. Also, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda didn't pop up at this show to announce that Fallout 4 DLC will also come exclusively to Xbox One first. I mean, because these things have been going on forever. Like, I mean, last generation, Skyrim DLC came out first on the Xbox 360. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto 4 stuff, and, you know, the Call of Duty stuff. So, I would not be surprised if that's not the same case. But yeah, the big things at the show will definitely be things like Microsoft Windows 10 integration with Xbox One. That's going to be a big thing they're going to showcase. They might showcase HoloLens and what they plan on doing with Minecraft. Even though I think we're ways out of Minecraft too, but there's definitely going to be something there. And also Gears 4. I would not be surprised if the first Microsoft made, new Gears game wouldn't get at least announced. I doubt we'll get anything beyond a teaser, but they'll definitely say something about it. That'll be the big surprise at the end. Be like, oh, it's Gears 4. We'll get a teaser, and then that'll wrap up the Microsoft show, and that'll be pretty much it. Hopefully we'll get something about Phantom Dust, even though I think Phantom Dust might be dead, but hopefully we'll get something there. But that's about it. These are my predictions for these two press conferences. Look out for my other videos. I will continue to be doing these E3 videos. I'm also working on another top 8 for E3 stuff, like top 8 E3 rumors and top 8 like crazy just stuff I'm gonna come up with. It's gonna be pretty crazy though. But like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep it real.